Hello there, everyone. My name is Alex Alverson. I am currently a graduate student at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, studying communication studies, and I will be talking to you all a little bit about a paper that I submitted to the conference from whenever I was a senior at my undergrad at Coker University. During my senior year, I was challenged with doing a capstone project for the honors program that I was in, and I decided to do my capstone on public relations crises. This is something that I found super interesting while studying my undergrad and something that I wanted to further my research on. So the title of my project was Good Times and Bad Times, the Handling of 5 Different PR Crises Through a Crisis Management Framework. And the purpose of my study was to determine what specific strategies and techniques that crisis management professionals use to make the handling of their crisis successful or not. So for the method of this research, I chose 5 different PR crises and did a textual analysis on one internet article for each crisis. In my textual analysis, I was looking to see if these companies followed the 8 steps outlined by the Institute for PR on how to create a successful crisis management plan. So these 8 steps included to be quick and try to have an initial response within the first hour, be accurate and carefully checking all facts, be consistent by keeping spokespeople informed of the crisis events and key message points, make public safety the #1 priority, use all of the available communication channels, including internet, intranet, and mass media notification systems, provide some expression of concern or sympathy for victims, remember to include employees in the initial response, and to be ready to provide stress and trauma counseling to victims of the crisis and their families, including employees. So the 5 different crises that I chose to highlight in my project were the Tylenol crisis, the Domino's crisis, the BP oil spill crisis, the KFC chicken crisis, and the Starbucks crisis. In the slides that I am showing on the screen, you can see whether or not each crisis followed the steps provided by the Institute for PR. If they are highlighted in green, that means that they did follow that step. If they are highlighted in red, that means that they did not follow that step. And if they are highlighted in orange, that means that that specific step did not apply to that specific crisis. So for the conclusion of my project, I determined that this research has the potential to help individuals in the public relations field understand how they can learn from the mistakes of others, but also take from things that others did right. With this research, I can potentially help prevent further negative impacts to a company image during a future crisis. And I also believe that throughout this research, I uncovered the important aspects of crisis management that make the handling of a crisis successful, such as humor, sincere apologies, and concern for safety. One thing that I am taking with me from this research into my graduate studies is the realization that there is a huge overlap between PR crises and social change issues. I hope to further my education in communication studies by looking closer at the social change issues that are at the forefront of our society today. Thank you all for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope that you all enjoyed the content that I shared with you.